Even after proper treatment and several months in rehab, it seems like Wendy Williams' health problems are not going away. Stress, financial issues, and never-ending lawsuits from her ex-husband, Kevin Hunter, the former TV host has to cope with in the last couple of months, took its toll on her. Reportedly, the queen of gossip cannot even leave her own apartment without help and may be in serious danger. But is there any possibility for her to be healed? Hi everyone, and welcome back to CELEB Live channel. We keep our eyes on the most dramatic events in the lives of your favorite celebrities and always bring you the hottest updates. Feels like Wendy's comeback has to be postponed because the sources close to the celebrity reveal that her life and health are in serious danger. The former TV host is unable to cope with the growing pile of problems like lawsuits from her ex and the lost access to her bank account, and they only weaken her fragile state. And while things look totally black for Wendy, is there a chance for a silver lining? Stay with us until the end of this video so you won't miss any detail. There's no denying that in the last few years, Wendy Williams basically went through hell. Ever since she learned that her ex-husband, Kevin Hunter, was going to have a baby on the side, Wendy's life has turned into one big mess. She went through an unpleasant divorce process and lost her TV show and access to her millions. On top of that, she had trouble with her health disorders and alcohol addiction. Wendy's friends repeatedly expressed their concerns about her state. And although Wendy seemed to embark on the road to recovery by visiting doctors and checking into rehab, she was left with no moral support from her closest friends and family ever since. As Radar Online reports, she is living a life of seclusion following her release from rehab. The 58-year-old celebrity finished her treatment for alcohol abuse in October 2022 and has been living alone in her New York penthouse since. Wendy was left alone at the most vulnerable moment of her life as she keeps battling numerous issues and even keeps protecting her money from Kevin Hunter's greedy hands. We all know how strong Wendy is, but she may not be able to go through this battle alone. It's said that she doesn't have a single soul at the moment to rely on. As the source close to Wendy told the media, all the people who hung on to her when she was on top as a daytime diva have headed for the hills and don't even answer her phone calls anymore. Wendy's a lost soul at the moment, and there are fears if she continues to be ignored and ridiculed, she'll spiral into her old habits again. Now, knowing how much she's going through at the moment, fans are surprised to see Wendy try and put on a brave face during her interviews and even teasing them with new projects. She has repeatedly appeared in the public looking fragile, extremely thin, and unable to walk without her bodyguard's help. And the ongoing confrontation with her ex-husband, Kevin Hunter, over money, and her own problems with frozen assets don't add many positive vibes to this picture. When Wendy had to step down from her TV show to finally address her aggravating problems with health, fans were looking forward to her big comeback, and Wendy promised them more good tea in her new podcast. However, it appears that this project is put on pause because Wendy cannot cope with the avalanche of misfortunes at the same time. One fan wrote on Twitter, Wendy Watchers, "It's been 4 months since Wendy Williams teased her podcast and we still don't have a premiere date. But apparently, all Wendy's fans have to wait because her attention and energy at the moment are devoted to protecting her money from her ex Kevin Hunter. As you know, the man plans to extort half of her millions and keeps dragging her to court. This guy has been mooching off her for 20 years, showering his mistress with luxury gifts he had bought with Wendy's money. And he doesn't seem to stop. With such stress and tension, it's no wonder that Mrs. Williams is not the prettiest sight when she appears in public. But fans are afraid that the situation is way more serious than Wendy tries to show and that her life is in jeopardy. The alarming news is coming from Wendy's brother, Thomas Williams Jr., who expressed his concerns about Wendy's current state in his interview. He said, "I have no belief that Wendy is doing as well as she was doing when she was down here in Florida. I know there are evil doers lurking about," and by saying evildoers, he probably meant Kevin Hunter and his mistress, Sharina Hudson, who plot to ruin Wendy's health and weaken her with their malicious actions. This couple is relentless in the attempt to extort more money from Mrs. Williams, and they absolutely neglect her condition. And okay, if Sharina's audacity is nothing shocking anymore because this girl has been living a good part of her life enjoying Wendy's money, Kevin's behavior is beyond any explanation. Wendy and Kevin have been married for 22 years, and he knows everything about her issues, ups and downs, and state of health. However, he doesn't seem to give his ex-wife a break to heal and keeps attacking her on social media and taking her to court over unpaid alimony. Even knowing that Wendy is on the verge of breakdown because of divorce, knowing about her husband's illegitimate child, and even realizing that she was sending her hard-earned money so her ex can spend it on his mistress, this is a lot to take. On top of that, Wendy lost her mother, Shirley Williams, who passed away at the end of 2020. For some people, it may actually be enough to send them down a spiral. We just hope that there will be no more bad news for Wendy. To go through these moments of vulnerability, Wendy needs support and love, but apparently she doesn't get one. The sources told the US tabloid The Sun that Wendy's so-called friends abandon her side and leave her to deal with her mess alone. Well, it turns out that for some people, it was easy to be Wendy's friend when she was happy and healthy. Considering that Mrs. Williams has always been a notable figure in show business, we may suggest that some of these fake friends were only seeking personal gain. When you're a celebrity, it's always hard to tell why people befriend you. Like, come on, look at Kevin Hunter. Now, it's obvious that the man has never loved Wendy and has been staying with her only to leech off her. Knowing that you can know one, even your own husband, Wendy, could become suspicious of some of her so-called friends and their motives, so it explains why it could potentially lead to unpleasant interactions and even worsen her condition. As tabloids report, Wendy has almost no close friends to rely on and was left to deal with the problems alone. The anonymous source said Wendy's a lost soul at the moment, and there are fears if she continues to be ignored and ridiculed, she'll spiral into her old habits again. It's so heartbreaking to see Mrs. Williams in this state, and reading the news every day, we pray that nothing bad would happen to her. It's just so sad to know that certain people like Kevin Hunter and Sharina Hudson will use her condition in their favor and won't give her time to heal and recover. Fans are confident that Wendy could have already felt better if it wasn't for Kevin's lawsuits and betrayal. One of such fans wrote Wendy Williams, "We are all sure she never saw any of it coming. A nervous breakdown. You can believe it. Your husband, a child together, gets another woman pregnant, moves her into house down the street from Wendy's. No wife could handle that. Nope." At this point, we only hope that Wendy Williams continues to get the help she needs and will be surrounded by loving and caring people so that she can fully recover and come back to being the best version of herself, both physically and mentally. What do you think about this? Will Kevin push Wendy over the edge with his actions? Or is Mrs. Williams stronger than he thinks? Share your opinions in the comments below. We are eager to know what you're thinking. And as always, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. We'll be back very soon with the updates on this drama.